Welcome back to a new video. Today's review is on Blindspotting Season 2, Episode 8, entitled Return to Ithaca, with the official synopsis being Ashley doesn't know who to turn to when she is ostracized by the entire Turner family. Trish and Jackie must deal with the fallout of her revelation at MeatFest. Earl receives a surprising phone call from his father. And before I give out my review, please like the video, dislike the video, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd for more reviews. Here we go. Season 2 of Blindspotting is officially over, and I really do hope that this show gets renewed for Season 3 because I think there is so much more that they can explore in this show, and it's a pretty good show altogether, so here we go. And I felt that the final episode of Season 2, it was pretty good, as I felt that all of the different stories that was explored in here were done pretty well, and from Miles and Ashley, Trish and Jackie, Earl and his father, and bringing in 2020 as well too. As the episode just starts off with everyone from the Turner family just giving Ashley the silent treatment, as it is revealed how Miles got out of jail. I thought that he had escaped, but it turns out that he was actually let go because of the police officers that had arrested him getting locked up because they were doing some corruption with their cases. And just like that, Miles is officially a free man, which was the biggest shocker, honestly. Like, what? Like, I really did thought that this man had escaped, but I was actually really happy that he's actually out. Ashley is still just reeling in from depression. She is obviously upset for what she did, of course, as it was just a kiss, but to everyone else, yeah, it may have been just a kiss, but you still cheated on your husband while he's locked up. Like, it's not right regardless, but at the same time though, I can see where both sides of the argument is at, honestly. As Ashley decides to go visit her mom at the gravesite, and Rainey decides to see her as well too. And I thought that the segment between those two, it did feel genuine. It did feel like a mother-daughter segment as well, as I can understand when Ashley is coming from, her emotions, how she's feeling. Like, it was just a small mistake, and you see how this episode continues on. Earl, in the meanwhile, life has been okay, as he receives a surprising phone call from his father about needing help at his restaurant. And then we just see just many flashback segments between Earl, and it turns out that Earl and Miles did time together at the same exact time. And you would think that since they know each other family members, that they know each other on a good note, that they would get together pretty well, they would get together pretty cool. But the way that the prison segment, the dance segment was added into this episode, I thought that it was done pretty well, and was just a sad reminder of how it is pretty political in prison when it comes with race war, fights, killings, stabbings, you name it. Like, race war is pretty political, and everyone knows that it is a serious thing in prison. Like, you have to join one side or another, and if you don't, then it's just all bad news from here on in. Like, I can see why that these two might not be getting along, if ever. Trish and Jackie's segment in here, it wasn't bad, as Trish finally expresses her feelings to Jackie about why she's feeling left out, why she's feeling as if like Jackie is pushing her to the side for Cuddy. And I can see it happening though. Cuddy and Jackie possibly getting married. If a season 3 were to happen, I can see those two possibly getting married, if not married, engaged. And hopefully Trish does let it happen, and Trish just let her feelings she figures out her feelings for Jackie and for herself as well too. I wish that they would have explored more with Janelle and Mustafa, as Janelle is going back to Bali with her man, but I wish that they would have explored it a little bit more in this episode. Like, we didn't see Mustafa, but who knows what could happen in season 3. But New Year's Eve is officially here. The end of 2019, 2020 is about to arrive, and I am wondering, if a season 3 does happen, how would they explore 2020? Will they make it like a pandemic season, or will they just make it like the pandemic never happened and they might just do a whole time jump? But throughout the entire season and throughout the entire series, everyone always had suspicions. Everyone always wanted to know what happened the night Miles got arrested, as it was either he took the fall for Ashley with the drugs, it was somebody else's drugs, and what happened, how did all of this happen? And we finally find out, and honestly, I was pretty surprised that it was basically Ashley's brother's fault, the reason why he got locked up. And I can see why now Ashley was like, get the F out of here, like get away before he sees you and things of that nature in episode 1. I can see why now that she was feeling pissed off that she saw her brother. He was basically the reason that Miles went away for 5 years. He was basically the reason why Miles took the fall as well too. So that was surprising with what they do. But yeah, 2020 is officially here. Miles and Ashley make up, and the episode basically ends with a surprising return. Making his return in present time for the first time since the movie, Colin is finally back. And we do get a small update of what he's been doing, as I guess after the events of the movie, he was in Montana, and somewhere along the line he joined the Iron Souls Motorcycle Club. And finally he is back. But that is how season 2 officially ends. I felt that season 2 altogether was pretty good when it came with the performances, when it came with the music as well too. The Easter egg, the references, the special guest stars that season 2 had was done pretty well. Yeah, episode 8 was pretty good. The stories that was done in here was good as well too. I'm glad that they finally tell us the reason why Miles was locked up and who was responsible. Colin finally returning after a long absence is amazing, and it is definitely going to be an interesting take with what happens if a season 3 were to happen. And I think that season 3 needs to happen. I think that there is so much more the show can explore when it comes to these characters, the stories, and now that Colin's back, maybe we can find out what happened to him as well too. But if you're not watching this show, give this show a try, but watch the movie first so that you can like figure things out and get to know the characters and then get into the show. Like, this is a good show. People should be talking about this show a lot more, honestly, but it is what it is. And if I were to give season 2 a rating out of 10, I would give season 2 7.5 out of 10. So thank you for watching, and until next time.